Like so many other people, I've really been facing the effects of the food shortage recently. I'm sure you probably have as well. Now, the goal is to still eat healthy and a balanced diet and not sacrifice that for saving money. In this video, we're going to talk about 3 ways that I save money on groceries that really no one else talks about. Now, quick disclaimer guys, I'm going to share things I have done with my grocery budget. I'm not saying my method will, be exactly what you can do. Hopefully you can learn something or some tips based on your family's needs and your meal planning needs. All right, let's get right into it. So the number one thing we do is to plan out our week of eating. Essentially, you're making a schedule. Get strict about your meal planning. Plan each and every meal throughout the week. Plan out what is most important to you. What are your non-negotiables? For us, high quality dairy and meat is on the top of our list. For other things like maybe canned goods, we are more likely to go with the more generic brand. Look at what you already have in your fridge or your pantry and determine how you are going to use those things. I'm gonna be honest, there is nothing worse than having to throw out food that's gone bad. It's such a waste. Maybe you decide to do a meatless meal. Meat products are typically the most expensive grocery item, and I know you do not want to sacrifice the protein, because protein obviously is really important, but there are other ways to substitute protein, things like beans and legumes, but that's for another video or a nutrition channel. Maybe they can handle that. I did study health education in college, but I don't really go very far with nutrition. One of the other really big things we do when it comes to meal planning is leftovers. I know you know this, and maybe some of you find it gross, but leftovers are essential to saving money with your groceries, and sometimes things even taste better a day old. Probably wouldn't do leftovers for more than after a day, maybe 2, depending on the food and what we're talking about. Leftovers are key. All right, moving on to tip number 2, have a set budget. Now this channel has a lot to do with budget, so I'm sure you probably thought that was coming. You have to have a weekly food budget to keep you on track. Have a set amount before you go shopping to really keep you honest about how much money you'll be spending on your shopping trip. This isn't one of our tips, but ordering online on a grocery store app might be something you want to do really to help with this budgeting piece. Found ourselves using these grocery apps, especially during the pandemic. Unlike when you actually go into a grocery store, you get distracted. You're trying to keep track of your kids, you're in a rush. When you order online on a grocery store app, you can take your time, you can compare foods, compare prices, and pick the best option. You can also see the exact value of your cart. If you do just go to the store, some stores actually have the price scanner so you can keep track of your prices as you go, or you might just need to whip out a calculator. No one wants to get up to the register and then have to backtrack and take things back because you went way over budget. Now, once you get home, you may feel like your fridge is empty because you were on a budget and not getting near as much stuff. But let me tell you, this will allow you to get more creative as you prepare your meals. And as we mentioned earlier, you will be better at using what you have instead of thinking to yourself, I need to go back to the store because we have nothing in the house to eat. We're moving right along. Let's get on to tip number 3, which is to get informed. Learn about your foods. It is so important to educate yourself. Learn about food labels. If you can do just a little bit of that, you will quickly learn that there are certainly some things in foods that are just not necessary to go into your body. For example, take peanut butter. What you should be looking for as the ingredients in peanut butter are peanuts, or maybe it will say dry roasted peanuts and occasionally some salt. Now, as a comparison, you can find other peanut butters that have all sorts of other extra stuff included in their ingredients. I've seen hydrogenated vegetable oil, sugar, and plenty of other items that our bodies just do not need, especially in peanut butter. Also, if you take bacon, for example, prices get wacky. Some bacon is like $3 and some of that are triple that. I also saw cured and uncured bacon. Do you know what that actually means? Cured meat uses artificial preservatives, while uncured uses natural preservatives, typically celery. I know the next time you go to look for bacon or other meats, you're gonna be checking that out. If it doesn't say either, I'm not really sure what's going on. So hopefully you can see how just being a little informed can help you make important decisions when you're shopping. Now, of course, buying products that are more clean are going to cost you more, as you have to find the balance. There's a lot of, fear mongering going on in the food industry, so just give yourself some grace and some balance. The other thing you can do in regards to staying informed about foods is think about making your own food. Ranch dressing, maybe a certain type of bread where you know exactly what ingredients are in it. This does, of course, take time, but this could save you money and keep you healthier in the long term. All right, so I am sticking to those 3 tips or ways to save money on groceries that no one's talking about. But I will just mention that choosing wisely where you shop for groceries is also key. We can't get everything from Aldi, but when it comes to saving money, Aldi's for us is a complete game changer as opposed to shopping at Whole Foods or Wegmans. Following these tips does take discipline. I am not going to tell you that this will be easy. It will not, I can promise you that, but ultimately, you need to keep your goals in mind. Inflation is real, the recession is real, but continuing to keep your goals in mind will help you keep yourself motivated. All right, guys, I hope this video was helpful for you. Remember to budget, invest, and start a side hustle, and I'll see you in the next video.